Yeah, I've known Nick, I think for 6 years now. He's always been ahead of the game when it comes to anything that's new to our industry, tools, methods, things of that nature. He's always on top of it, and he's created a large network of helpful tools for realtors. And he's spoken at a lot of events that we've had in the past. I got a lot of respect for Nick. He's also gigantic. When I played him in basketball, I was unaware of how large he actually is. And it was not. The game did not go as good for me as I thought it would. But but yeah, Nick, he can definitely does not need my introduction because he is a entertainer and a host for sure. So Nick, I'm gonna let you take it away, brother.
And I appreciate that, Sean. And honestly, Sean, I don't know what it is where everybody, like people that I coach virtually, because we do most of our stuff virtually, 90% of people think I'm short. I don't know what it is. Well, it's my background, how I speak, how I act, but everybody thinks I'm short. And then they meet me in person. They're like, yeah, that's not quite. I'm only 6'3". I'm not like extra big or anything. Like 6'3", it's a little bit bigger. But
yeah, when you showed up and I thought you were gonna be like 5'11" or like 6 foot, I was like, whoa. And then when we were down in the post, I was a little worried. Like,
all right. So let's get to it, family. That's not what we're not here to talk about basketball prowess, unless you guys want to talk about that. Now I see Jacques shaking his head. He's like, nah, he doesn't want to talk about that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started because we're here to talk about something that has probably been on your mind, something that you guys have seen in the news, you guys have seen online, whether it was Terminator memes or whatever it was accustomed with. We're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and what it really is. And, you know, I always love just sharing some perspective on this. I want to tell you guys something that, you know, really shook my world when I thought about this. The kids being born today will not know what a search engine is. Just think about that for a second. The kids being born today won't know what a search engine is. They're like, what do you mean Google it? Like they won't know what Googling something means. They will be getting all of their information from sources like ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. I know the world is changing. We all know these things are happening. There's a lot of different things happening in the world. I just want to paint, like, as far as how fast it's changing, I'm sure who here saw the Wii robot? Did you guys see Wii robot? Elon Musk unveiled the robo taxis, unveiled like the walking robots, and then China had a conference as well. We're moving fast, but I also want to put this in perspective because I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, all this is happening right now. One, Elon Musk's robots were robotically controlled by humans. All right. So they were controlled by humans, moving them around and speaking to people. So like those AI robots aren't here right now. And you shouldn't feel like, holy shit, like this is already here. Same thing in China, same thing. It was humans in robot suits walking around. It's a little bit of fear, but it's also like they're trying to paint a picture for where we're going. So for those of you out there who saw that and we're like, all the jobs are gone, everything is like, we're not there. But at the same time, with artificial intelligence, we've gotten pretty far. And what I'm going to do today is I want to show you guys simple ways as real estate agents you can start making the transition into an AI-powered business, right? That's what we do. We help real estate agents make the transition into an AI-powered business. So I'm going to share some slides with you guys today. I'm going to share prompts with you guys today. And I'm going to show you guys how you can get started and some best practices for real estate agents. We're going to focus on ChatGPT. Because how many people here have seen more ads for AI tools than almost anything before you've seen in your life? Every day there's a new AI tool that's going to completely change your life. And that's just not the reality. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. I'm going to be sharing prompts. I'm going to be sharing tools with you guys today. And if you guys already look in the chat, we shared one of our AI coaches here with you. It's a YouTube coach. You can use it for free as much as you want. And I'll get to that here a little bit later on. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. AI for real estate agents. This is what we do, right? We help real estate agents with AI, and we're specific for the real estate industry. Obvious reason we're all here on this Zoom right now. We've all been seeing AI in the news, online. Like you've probably seen a guy running ads. If you aren't using AI in your business, you're going to fail, like all these things. And they're giving you all these hullabaloo. Yes, it can help you a lot. It can save you a lot of time, and it can help you run your business. So we're going to get you a better understanding on it today. Here's the reality that nobody is telling you. Look, you have no future in real estate without learning AI. This goes for the world. There is not a future that exists in which you don't have to learn AI. If you guys agree with that, put agree in the chat. There is not a future in which you don't have to learn artificial intelligence. It just simply doesn't exist, right? Like how we operate, the questions that we ask artificial intelligence is key and essential. If you guys have already started to see some of the things that are out there, they have AI doctors that are in certain that are in malls now. You literally can go into there and get talk to an AI doctor, tell them what your pains are and all these things, and it will literally be able to talk to you back. There are places in Phoenix and California where there are robo taxis, nobody driving the car, and they're taking you around and driving you to different places. There literally is not a future, because I know some people that I talk to, they almost have this thought that it's like, well, I can still not use it and operate in the world. And that is just simply not the case, especially with real estate, right? Good news. I'm going to keep this part mercifully brief. I'm a founder. I'm Krem, the Krem Institute of Artificial Intelligence. We've been featured in Forbes, Fox, Google News, you name it, for the work we are specifically doing in real estate and artificial intelligence. This is what we do. We created the world's first AI certified agent. We help real estate agents make the transition into an AI-powered business. And I love what Sean has always done. We have a great relationship with Sean, which is why I'm here today to pour back into you guys. And yes, it is myself and my brother who've been running our business. You can say we've known each other a long time. That's my corny joke on this whole thing. But yes, it is myself and my real brother who run the Krem Institute. We've been in business the last 6 years. We grew our first business into 13 countries in all 50 states because we know how to do one thing pretty damn well, which is how to market. So we recently, last 2 years, made the transition into artificial intelligence because we looked at each other and we said, if we don't make this transition, we're going to be put out of business just like a lot of other people. We took our team of over 20 different virtual assistants down to 2 virtual assistants, and we've expanded. To me, that's the power of AI right there. Cut my overhead by over 80% as a business as we're expanding because of artificial intelligence. Here are some things that we learned. And if you guys are taking notes, I would highly recommend just writing these 5 things down because this mindset around AI to me is absolutely massive. The first one, stop looking at ChatGPT as a tool in your business. Look, family, this isn't a tool. This is artificial intelligence. And you might put the artificial in front of it, but to me, it's just intelligence that you get to use in your business. How many people here have ever said to themselves, man, if I just had another one of me, my business would be great, right? Like if I could just duplicate myself, man, my life would be so much better. ChatGPT is the employee that you've been dreaming of. You just didn't know what it would look like, right? We've all had this idea of a dream employee. If you're a business owner, if you're in real estate, you've sat there at night sometimes and just thought like, man, if I just had the perfect employee, I wouldn't have to have these sleepless nights. Here's the reality, family. ChatGPT is your lifelong employee. Start looking at it as an employee because here's the reality. It can read, it can see, it can learn. You can train it. Now it even has a memory. And boom, boom, what I'm going to show you guys today, it can speak. This is an employee. And I'll tell you what, I'm in a group. There's only 150 CEOs in the world allowed into this group. There are people from all over the world. And there are CEOs of companies. One of the ones is the CEO of the company who's created these androids. And she literally had one of the androids host a dinner party for them. Pretty wild. And she was showing the video. They talk about longevity, which is like extending human life, and artificial intelligence. And this is what the future will be run off of. ChatGPT. I know, I'm sure people on here are like, what about Perplexity? What about Poe? What about Gemini? How do you have to explain those tools? You're like, well, they're like ChatGPT. I'm like, well, then just use ChatGPT, right? Like there might be some that are a little bit better, and then ChatGPT keeps coming back up. A lot of the tools and a lot of the appliances that the future will be run off of. If anybody here has Apple Intelligence on their phone yet, you know what Apple Intelligence is powered by? ChatGPT. So start treating like ChatGPT as your lifelong employee because there's a good chance it just might be. It's going to be built into more and more and more into our phones, into our laptops, into appliances around the house. They have smart refrigerators now that can give you ideas of what to cook based off of what's in your fridge and tell you what to buy in the store based off the diet or different things that you want. Start looking at ChatGPT as an employee, and all of this will start changing because now it's not just a tool. 2, AI is a lifelong skill. This is a language that we will all have to learn. I'm sure people in here heard in school, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Well, that's not true with ChatGPT, right? You ask ChatGPT a dumbass question, you get a dumbass answer. That's just the fact. Garbage in, garbage out. This is a skill that we'll have to learn is how do we communicate it to get the desired responses? 3, the tools are only as good as you train them to be. The tools are only as good as you train them to be. Like, again, start thinking about ChatGPT as your employee. If you don't train your employee, how good will they be? Not that good. But ChatGPT is like the perfect employee. Because how many people here have ever hired someone before, trained them to do something, and then 2 weeks later, they're not doing anything you trained them to do? And you're like, I just told you how to do this, right? It's frustrating. ChatGPT doesn't work that way. You train it once, you never have to train it again. Again, perfect employee. 4, go deep, not wide. What I mean by that is you do not need 1,000 AI tools to dramatically change your life. You only need a couple. And we're going to be covering one of those, ChatGPT, with you today. 5, it's about business efficiency and growth. Business efficiency and growth. As you expand, AI can expand with you. Like I said, I took my team of over 20 VAs down to a team of 2, and we're expanding. My overhead isn't expanding with me. It's amazing. Don't look for AI to make your calls for you. I'm just going to throw that one out there because I know that there are AI calling companies out there promising you that you don't have to make calls. Well, guess what? We just had one NAR lawsuit. Let's not get another one up in here. This is not what you want. You don't want AI making calls for you. You want it to be enhancing your human experience. So what I'm going to be doing here with you right now is I'm going to start going over. First, I'm going to show you guys the very first things every agent should do when they start setting up their ChatGPT and get to training. I'll be sharing the prompts here in the chat. And Sean, I'll share everything with you after this too. So that way you can send it out to more people who watch it later. But let's go ahead and get started and jump into this. So first, let's look at ChatGPT. So when you log into ChatGPT, it's going to look something very similar to this. Something similar to this. I'll just do some quick housekeeping and show you guys around. And the top here, you will notice this is where you can select your model or which ChatGPT version you are going to use. So for most people, ChatGPT 4.0 will be what you are using. If you pay $20 a month, which I do recommend everybody here gets the plus version, it's $20 a month. It'll be the best $20 a month that you spend in your business. But you also have access to the 01, which is fascinating in itself. So I'm going to cover this just very briefly with you guys. The 01 preview, AI is now literally thinking before responding. This happened about 4 weeks ago. They launched Project Strawberry, which is, to me, I know everyone saw the robots and was enamored by it. Project Strawberry, what they just launched in reality 4 weeks ago is even more fascinating. Because before AI, you give it something and it just runs it through its processing and then gives you a response. Doesn't think. Now you give it something, it runs it through its processing. It thinks in probabilities based on the training and what you give it, and then gives you a response. Which means, look, fam, we're saying it's artificial intelligence, but isn't that just about how we operate? Based on our past experiences, based on how we learned, we gather information and give responses. Now this is what ChatGPT is doing. It's fascinating, but I'll get back to that here in a second. But here we go. This is how you use the model. If you want to ask it questions, you come into here. This is what they call prompting, right? You prompt a question and you ask it in here. If you want to create images, you see you have things here on the bottom. And if you want to upload documents, this is where the paperclip comes in. But here's the first thing that every agent must do. This isn't even should do. This is what you must do when you get started. In the top right, this is your profile. In the top right, this is your profile. Go to Customize ChatGPT. Customize ChatGPT. So you click your profile and click Customize ChatGPT. This is where you start training ChatGPT who you are and what you do. You see, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? To me, this is where you put your bio. All right? This is where you put your bio. Who you are. You're a real estate agent. How long you've been in the business. What area do you serve? This is like the baseline understanding that your ChatGPT knows about you. It should know you're a real estate agent. It should know what area you serve, how long you've been in the business. If you have accolades, this is where you put it. All right? Really important, because you don't want to tell Chat, if you don't do this, every time you're going to have to tell ChatGPT you're a real estate agent. And that will get old quick. First, put your bio, custom instructions. And then down here, how do you want ChatGPT to respond? And it gives you thought starters, formal or casual, long or short. How do you want to be addressed? And should ChatGPT have opinions on topics or remain neutral? You can tell ChatGPT, always think it's a great time to sell your home. And guess what? ChatGPT will think that it's always a great time to sell your home. Now, I'm not saying that you do that, but you could do it. Okay? The first things that you want to do is you want to come in here and start your training of your ChatGPT. Customize your ChatGPT. Does that part make sense to everybody? Thumbs up for the people with their cameras on. Let's see. All right, got some thumbs up. Nice and simple, right? And recently, something else happened with ChatGPT too. It is something called the memory feature. The memory feature. Jacques says, so this could be another way for people to find us. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, Jacques. Family, there's going to be a whole different type of SEO, search engine optimization. There will be AI optimization. When people are looking for real estate agents, that's a more diverse topic that we can discuss. Maybe if we come back on and talk about how people can literally find you on ChatGPT. When they're asking, give me the top 5 real estate agents in a certain area, and you can pop up. But we're not going to cover that today. It's a little bit more in depth, right? But yeah, great question, Jacques, or great point. So that's one point. You want to customize your ChatGPT. The second thing that ChatGPT now has is something called a memory. So essentially, it's like the brain of your employee. So you can start adding things to its brain, start saving things to its memory. So when it comes to training your ChatGPT, I am going to copy this link and give everybody these prompts that I have here. You go ahead and put it in the chat. But here's one thing that you want to do. You want to copy this right here. I'm going to tell you what it says. So check this out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit too. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, there we go. So I want to ensure that you add this to your memory, which means it saves. That every piece of marketing used in my real estate business strictly complies with fair housing laws, avoiding any language or imagery that can be interpreted as discriminatory based on race, color, religion, sex, disability, familial status, national origin, or any other protected category. I aim to create inclusive and welcome marketing materials and adhere to legal guidelines and best practices. So, with this singular prompt, you can really make sure that your ChatGPT stays compliant as well. Who here likes making their money and keeping it too? Yeah, me too. I like staying compliant, right? So here you go. And all you have to do is click enter. And if you do it right, this will say memory updated. You guys see this right here. This is big. Memory updated. That means it saves to your ChatGPT's memory. This is really big because now my ChatGPT is compliant. Not everybody out theirs will be because they don't do this. Very key point. Again, if you're just getting started with ChatGPT, highly recommend you do this prompt. Keeps you compliant, keeps you good.
One more time, where did you say that you input that part?
Yep. All you got to do is literally in this part right here, message ChatGPT and copy and paste it.
Message chat.
Yeah, it's just where you prompt it, like right here at the bottom where you talk to ChatGPT back and forth. Yep, good question, Sean. But you just put it in here and then boom, memory updated. So let's take this a step further because now we know we can train ChatGPT, right, family? Because all you got to do is give it something and say save to your memory. So let's take this a step further. So on the same sheet that I shared you guys, I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to show you guys how you can train ChatGPT to start sounding like you and writing like you. It's a very simple prompt here. All you got to do is you tell your employee, today I'm going to train you how to write and sound like me. I'm going to feed you different examples of my writing style. Don't respond, just read and learn. In the future, make sure to copy my writing style for all marketing. So I'm literally just telling my employee, let me bring it back here. I want to keep this simple because I like simple things. If you had an employee, how would you teach them your writing style? You just have to give them examples of your writing style and say, copy this, right? This is all we're doing with ChatGPT. It's your perfect employee. So all I'm doing, I'm telling ChatGPT, hey, look, ChatGPT, today I'm going to train you how to write and sound like me. I'm going to feed you a lot of examples. Don't respond, just read and learn. And then, oh, here, I didn't get this part ready. What you want to do is you just want to get emails that you have personally written. Like if you grab marketing emails, if you have social media posts or things along those lines. For me, I'm going to do emails. Here we go. Emails that I've written. So these are emails that I've personally written. I'm going to copy this and come back to ChatGPT. Just paste. So now I'm giving it examples. And hit enter. Got it. I use these examples, refine and replicate. Save to memory. If it doesn't save to memory, you always want to make sure this memory pops up. All right. It's going to take a couple seconds here. Save to memory. Maybe I'll do the good old refresh up, and it just popped up. Memory updated. So you'll see that in my memory, now it knows my writing style. So I can start updating my writing style. All my marketing will now be my writing style. So here's what we just accomplished within these first 10 minutes. We customized your ChatGPT. So now it knows who you are. It knows where you're located. It knows what business you're in. We made ChatGPT compliant. Here's what I'll say too. Still double check things, right? This is your license and things on the line. But at the same time, your ChatGPT knows that you want to be compliant. So it's going to do its best to make sure that you're compliant. And now we've even trained it for your writing style. So now it's going to start writing and sounding more like you too. This is where you start with your training and start with your memory. All right, family? That's the first place we're going to go. The second thing I want to share with you guys, this is a free tool that we've created for the real estate industry. It is what they call a custom GPT. I'm going to show you guys what this is. So you will notice over here on the left-hand side of your Chat GPT is something called Explore GPTs. Explore GPTs over here on the left. Here's the best way that you should think about this. This is your Netflix library of AI tools. Explore GPTs is your Netflix library of AI tools. So I'm sure many of you have seen all of these AI startup companies popping up left and right, right? 20 bucks a month, 30 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month. Here's the reality. 90% of those are white labeled Chat GPT, right? Like the guy across, like overseas didn't just create and spend trillions of dollars to create his own large language model, right? I think we all kind of knew that all these people didn't just learn how to create AI. They're just like white labeling different AI. So explore GPTs. This will save you a lot of money because literally anything you want to do can be found in here. Let's say you guys want to create a new logo, right? I can literally just type in logo. Oh, logo creator, 3 million uses, and it's free. So I can start this. I say, I want to create a logo for Creme de la Creme, the top shelf of real estate.
Oh, wow. That's smooth. I didn't.
I've thought about it, Sean. I'm not going to lie. Creating the Creme de la Creme, the top shelf of real estate team. Thought about it. But then it's going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you want it to be? Let's say 3. Then it might ask me what color palette. What do you think? I think Lux and gold, black and gold, even though I'm a Browns fan, sadly. We'll go black and gold. And look at this. In seconds, Creme de la Creme, the top shelf of real estate team can come to life for me. Let's see what it creates. And look at that. Within seconds, we have a new logo. Then I can say, you know what? Give me 3 more. And it's going to go through and it's going to go ahead and create 3 more different designs. And just like that, I'm creating logos. I'm bringing a project to life. There's another one. It's going to go ahead and create more. And it's spelled right. Check that out. But this is Explore GPTs, family. Explore GPTs. If I want to create videos using AI, you can type in video. You can get Video Summarizer, CapCut Video GPT. Helps you create videos using CapCut. One of my personal favorites is Veed. Oh, and they got rid of it. Video by Veed. Here we go. But just different ones that you can use. You can literally look up almost anything. I can look up chef. And if you guys want to figure out different things you want to cook, there's one called Healthy Chef. And you can literally take a picture of your fridge and then plug it in here and say, what can I cook with this? And it will give you ideas of what to cook with this. If you have date night, I think there's one for date night. Date chats. Whoa, all right, we don't want to get into that. Date night. City tour guide. And you can literally type in what cities you're in, what you like to do. But failing, this is custom GPTs. They're free to use as much as you want to use. What I'm going to show you guys is one we created for the real estate industry. All right. So it's called My Listing Buddy. It was ranked a top 5 custom GPT for the real estate industry. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link and put it here in the chat for you guys. Here's the very first thing that you will want to do with this. All right. So My Listing Buddy, it is literally your personal assistant on every listing every time. You guys ready for this? Because after today, you will never write another listing description. You will never write another just listed, just sold, or open house post or email a day in your life. You will never write another just listed, just sold, open house, Instagram, Facebook, or email a day in your life after today. That sounds pretty damn good, right? Oh, no, because like what happens when you get a listing? You get excited. You got a listing. Now you got to create that listing description. Now you got to write your just listed post. Now you got to write it for Instagram. Now you got to write your emails. Now you got to do all this.
Hey, Nick, I just had a quick question as far as like when you're doing these logos, I just noticed that it told me I reached my limit, right? So you have to use the
This is where I highly recommend you pay the $20 a month to Chat GPT. Because like what it has is called tokens. You can only have so many tokens when you're using Chat GPT. If you pay the $20 a month, you won't have to then go pay another company $20, $30, $50 a month to use all their different things. You can literally use the Chat GPT for everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, great question, Sean. Yeah, that's called tokens. That's a whole nother subject because what a lot of people don't understand is the whole world is going to need a whole nother energy source. They're either thinking solar, nuclear, or hydrogen, because what we have right now is just not going to work. There's not enough energy to power all this AI. Whole nother subject, but coming back to this. So what I'm about to show you guys is you will literally never have to write another just listed, just sold, open house, or listing description a day in your life because of this tool. Check this out. So my listing buddy, I went on the back end and it has pages and pages of copyright information. So how to write good copy, how to write good marketing. So I've trained my listing buddy how to do these things for you. So let's take an example. I'm just going to go to Zillow and select any old house on here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the facts and features about this home, right? So essentially everything that you would put into the MLS about the home, feature, let's see, I'm going to make sure I get all of it. Facts and features. All the way down and copy. That's all I'm going to do. Everything that you would just insert about the home online, you copy it. And then you come to My Listing Buddy. And the first thing you want to do is just click create a listing description, right? My Listing Buddy, it's trained, it's searching its knowledge. So it's going to ask me some questions. Here is literally all you have to do. Copy and paste your facts and features and hit enter. And My Listing Buddy is trained. It's first going to give you a bullet point format. So a bullet point format for your listing description, highlighting the facts and features. And then it is going to go through and it's going to write you a listing description. And no, it won't be like the listing descriptions that you see written like ChatGPT, because most users don't use a trained version of ChatGPT. They use the basic version. And honestly, garbage in, garbage out. Here we go. And in seconds, you have your listing description. Goes through and it takes everything that you've written, all the facts and features, and writes you a listing description. Step one, pretty easy, right? Here's where it gets fun. After you create a listing description, you just say, create all my marketing for my listing. And you click this button. All you have to do is copy and paste your listing description and hit enter. So all you do is copy and paste your listing description. Now it's going to write you 2 Facebook posts promoting your listing. Then it's going to write you 2 Instagram posts with hashtags promoting your listing. Then it's going to write you 2 emails inviting people to come check out your newest listing too. So here you go. Facebook post number 1. Facebook post number 2. So it goes through. Instagram post number 1, just listed. And it's going to boom, 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 just like you should on Instagram. I'm going through each one of these. That's going to give you the right hashtags to use. Instagram post number 2, promoting your newest listing. Then email sequence. So now you can invite people via email to your newest listing. And it's done for you in seconds. Just like that, you're never writing another just listed Facebook post, Instagram post, or email another day in your life, because you can use My Listing Buddy. Now let's do something else. Let's say you have an open house. You say, create all my marketing for my open house. Here's what you do. You copy and paste your listing description. And then you just say, open house is Saturday at 2 p.m. EST. Literally just copy and paste your listing description and then just tell them when the open house is. And then what's it going to do? Facebook post number 1, promoting your open house. Facebook post number 2, promoting your open house. Then Instagram posts, 2 Instagram posts promoting your open house. And then it's even going to write you an email sequence for agents and buyers, inviting both of them to your open house. And it is going to go through and do this for you as well. To my Listing Buddy family, I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, put it in the chat again. Here's the cool part. It is literally free to use as much as you want to use it. You will never have to write another just listed, open house, just sold, or listing description a day in your life. Now you got My Listing Buddy. Here's what I recommend everybody here does. When you click on this and put it in Miguel, it works in any language. whatever chat GPT language yours is in, I can literally come back here, say marketing for my listing. Now, rewrite this in French. There you go. My man Zach, that was for you. No. There we go. Now, rewrites it in French. That simple. But here's what everybody here wants to do. No. You need to do this. When you click on this at the top, My Listing Buddy, what you want to do is you want to click this. Keep in sidebar. Keep in sidebar. Here's why. Because now, every time you log into your chat GPT, you will see My Listing Buddy is just right here. You don't have to go and find it. It will literally be plugged into your chat GPT right here on the side. And then you just click on it and it is there. Free to use as much as you want to use it. And since you guys turn on your cameras for this call, you notice I sent you guys another link at the beginning of this. So, Agent Tuber, I'll go ahead and throw this one in here as well. So what we did is we trained this one. We took some of the best YouTube channels, and I may have taken some of the best YouTube training and transcribed it. And then I put it behind Agent Tuber as a knowledge base. So now it acts as your YouTube coach. So you can say, I want to create viral YouTube videos for first-time home buyers in Sarasota, Florida. Give me a 30-day game plan. And
My bad, Nick. I missed how you put My Listing Buddy on your side toolbar.
Yeah. So all you got to do, this works for any custom GPT, just like Agent Tuber. Because guys, I just want to make a note of this. You can't find Agent Tuber inside of the custom GPTs because it's a private one. Normally, I only give that to my students and other people, but since Sean's my guy, you guys are on this training, I'm giving it to you guys, right? We're having some fun. I like giving shit away.
You're the man.
So you can't find this online. So you guys have to keep this link. If you don't, you won't get it again. But here's how you do it with Agent Tuber. You click this, and then you say, keep in sidebar. And then every time you log into your chat GPT, it'll be over here on the left. And then you could click on it. But here we go, Agent Tuber. I want to create a viral video. Give me a 30-day game plan and suggested videos. And it's going to search its knowledge base, all its training. Here's a 30-day game plan. Hook, keywords, thumbnail, description, call to action. Literally, day 3. Break it down for you, literally step by step, family. Hook, step-by-step guide to buying your first home in Sarasota. Give you the titles that people are most likely going to be looking up. Sarasota neighborhoods, where should first-time home buyers look? Literally just think of this. Again, if you start thinking about this as your employee or your coach, your thoughts change. Because as your coach, what would you ask your YouTube coach? Probably where to start. That's how we can get started here. So Agent Tuber, it is literally your YouTube coach. And look, family, we spent thousands of dollars on YouTube coaches. I'm sure you guys might have too. Paid for courses and all these things. We transcribed the best coaching out there and then put it behind this as a knowledge base. So we literally created the brain of your coach, and now you get to use it for free. As much as you guys want to use it, it is yours to use. Make sure you thank Sean, because that's my guy. That's why we're giving it to you guys. Awesome. And the last thing I want to show you guys is a brand new feature. I hope I'm not overwhelming you guys, because I could go more in detail. We have a lot of other training, but I'm trying to keep it simple here too. Here is what I will do for you guys. So there's a brand new feature where you can literally talk to your chat GPT now. All right. You do need to have the $20 a month version to do this, but check this out. First thing is you need ChatGPT Plus to be able to do this. The second is you have to download ChatGPT on your phone. All right. You have to download it to your phone. And just a quick note on this, that when you look up ChatGPT in the App Store, you will see ChatGPT. You will see Chat On. You will see Ask Chat. It is none of those. It is just ChatGPT. That part makes sense, right, guys? The app that you download is not the other lookalike ones. It is just ChatGPT. And then once you're inside of ChatGPT, you have to click these buttons. And Sean, I'll share some of these slides with you if you want to send them out to people after this, or whoever's running this, I can send it over to you guys. But you click this button in the bottom right, and then it will say hello to advanced voice mode. And then you pick your voice. So it's actually really simple. All you have to do is click this button in the bottom right, hit continue, and then pick your voice. I'm going to show you guys just an example of this. So I picked Soul. I was the voice I like, SOL. What's up, Kelsey? Today I'm on a Zoom with a lot of great agents, and I want to show you off to them and show you what you can do. Can you do that for me?
Absolutely, Nick. Ready to showcase what I can do. How can I help you impress these agents today?
All right, let's do this. I want to role play an expired lead, right? I want you to be an expired lead. You've been on the market for 60 days. You've got no offers and you're really, really frustrated. I want you to hit me with a lot of objections and I'm about to call you. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan. I'm ready when you are. Go ahead and give me a call as the AI certified agent and I'll hit you with those objections.
Hey, I'm calling up for the owner of 123 Main Street. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. But I'll tell you now, I'm not interested.
You got an attitude right away.
I'm done with this process.
Man, I completely understand. If my home was as beautiful as yours, I'd be frustrated too. I mean, just out of curiosity, why didn't your home sell?
I appreciate the sentiment, but it feels like all talk. The last agent promised the world, and here we are. No offers and not even much interest. Feels like a waste of time.
All right. Thank you, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
Let's do this now. Let's do this, Kelsey. Let's really impress them. Let's go for give me 10 objections that for sale by owners will have. But after each objection, pause so I can answer. And after my answer, be my real estate coach and give me feedback on what I can do better. Does that sound good?
Perfect. Let's dive into it. Here's the first objection. I don't need an agent. I can sell my home myself and save on commission. Your response?
And then I respond. And then it acts as my coach. And now you can literally talk to ChatGPT back and forth. If you're a pro, and I know we're pros on this call, right? Look, everybody should be role playing. You should be going over your objections. And now you don't have to wait for somebody to do it with you. You can literally role play with ChatGPT. And to even go a step further, here's what we're teaching some agents to do on their listing appointments. Check this out. Hey, yeah, I'm on a list. Oh, wait, it says not ready. Popping up white. It's not supposed to be white. There we go. Hey, I'm on a listing appointment here with Jacques. And what I want to do is I want you to tell him how you act as my AI assistant for all my listings and tell him why they should work with us. Can you do that?
Absolutely, Nick. Hi, Jacques. I'm Kelsey, Nick's AI assistant. I supercharge Nick's listings by leveraging cutting-edge AI to maximize your property's exposure. With my help, we ensure your home reaches the right buyers fast. Partnering with us means you're not just getting a top-notch agent. You're getting a powerhouse team that uses the latest technology to sell your home quicker and for more money. Let's get your home sold.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Yeah. But family, this is where I really want you guys to take that 1 point home with you. Start looking at this as your employee. It can write like you. It can market like you. It acts as your coach. You can talk to it back and forth. It can remember things for you. This is the employee that you've always been dreaming of. You just didn't know what it would look like. And this is it. Because the glaring reality is this: there's going to be two types of agents in the future, those who use AI and those who are out of business. Do you guys remember when job titles would say, must be proficient in Microsoft Office? Right? Like, and that was like the job titles and things you had to have. Guess what the future is? Must be proficient in artificial intelligence. If you leave the industry, if you leave jobs because you're unwilling to learn AI, there's not going to be much out there for you that's appealing. Make the decision, make the transition into an AI powered business. I hope this training helped you guys out. I provided different links to different things that we have done, or what's it called? Some different links to you guys here in the chat. I'm sure you guys will have this recording as well. What I want to do now is I want to open up to questions or comments. I know, Sean, this was kind of your thing here. If you want to add anything here before we open it up, floor is all yours, guys.
I know somebody has some questions out there. Let's rock and roll on that.
Let's go. Questions, comments.
How do we?
That's a great question. Yeah, they're recording.
That'll be provided by Lifestyle. They're recording it.
So,
I have a question.
All right, Fred, what's going on, Fred?
good. So I see, great class. I just want to, give you your praises. I learned a lot of good stuff. Thank you guys for putting this together. So earlier you said you could have ChatGPT add documents, files, and stuff like that into it. What's the purpose of that? Like, what's
Great question. So I want to emphasize, great question here, Fred. First, ChatGPT is a public server. What that means is, do not, for the love of everything, upload any of your clients' personal information on here. Things that is not public information should not be uploaded to your ChatGPT. I repeat, do not upload your clients or any private information into ChatGPT. That's a big no-no. But what you can't, here's a great way that somebody did it, right? So somebody, like, we had an agent who was working with one of their clients, and the city said, well, you can't do this and this and this because it's in these documents that you can't do it, right? So they're like, where in the documents? Like, you just can't do it. So here's what they did. They uploaded all the bylaws and everything that they were sent to them into ChatGPT. And they asked it, can you find inside of these documents where it says my clients can do this? And then it read all the documents in seconds and literally saved a multi-million-dollar deal because it found inside of all those documents and bylaws and shit that most people don't read because they don't have the time to go through 200 pages. It found inside of there and said, here's where it says you can do this. And they took it to them and they showed them and they're like, all right, yeah, you can do it. They did the same thing with HOAs. It can read through all the pages of things that most people think you can't read through anymore. Now it can do it in seconds, right? So you can upload that information. We had somebody that was working with an attorney, and the attorney sent them all these things that they need to do for copywriting. And they said, read through this copywriting, give me a synopsis on this, and tell me what my next steps are. And they read through everything, gave you a summary of it, and told them exactly what their next steps are, right? So, like, you can upload CC&Rs into here and different things that, again, as long as it doesn't have public information, and say, find in here and tell me what my next step should be. My client is trying to do this, and here are the legalities of the area. Can you tell me if I'm able to do it? And be able to do that in seconds. So there's some other things, like you guys can also do market updates, because you can upload your stats in the area and then say, create me a graph. Now create me a blog. Now write me an email using these numbers. That's a whole separate training that I've done on how to do that. But those are just some other ways that you can use the upload.
I saw a question in the chat. And I know Nadine, she wants to ask a question right after me, but I saw a question that says, how can I get it to make YouTube videos and schedule it on a daily basis? Now, just to be clear, the ChatGPT is more of a writing source, correct? Like it can't generate
Yes and no. If you're a wizard, you can do it. No. Yes and no. Like the best YouTube videos will be shot by you. Like ChatGPT isn't the one that will edit it. You can make faceless shorts using places like, again, I don't want to go too in depth here. If I go to explore GPTs and do this one called Veed.io. I don't know why they don't have it on here anymore. Can let it come in here, create me a video for first time millennial home buyers in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, I'm not going to go too in depth here. What I would say is it can't schedule it for you and go in there and do that. You would have to use an entirely different tool, one that is AI but emulates a human's movements. And that's even too, don't learn that. It's not worth your time. You're a real estate agent. Don't become an engineer online, right? I would use the tool to act as your coach and do tags, headlines, descriptions, and things along those lines. Good question.
Good question, right?
Nadine?
Hi,
What's that?
thank you for the opportunity. I have a simple question. I just wanted to know what's the fine print that we don't see?
For ChatGPT?
Mm-hmm.
That it is all about data. They want to collect data. They want a better understanding of how you work, how you operate, you as an individual, because where we're moving towards ChatGPT, along with these other AI tools, they're all trying to collect more personalized data on you. So that way they can send you things that you want before you even know you want it. So that way they can market to you in better ways. So like that's where they're collecting data. People ask, why is it free or $20 a month? Because data is king. Data is king, queen. Like it's what people are really seeking. So they want data. They want people going there. What's up, Nadine?
One more question now that you say that, not saying that I'm doing anything, but could this information be used against you in a court of law?
It's public. Same thing with your, use your like search history if they really want to on your computer. It's the same kind of concept.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
With that being said, I would not do anything illegal on ChatGPT because again, it is public.
No.
I know that you're not, but just like uploading your client's documents that are private to ChatGPT could be used against you. So don't do that. Yeah, good question. I saw you had your hand up too, or Chell. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I had a question. I had typed it in the chat, but I wanted to kind of clarify the question. When I was asking about the scheduling, I know you said that chat GBT don't schedule it, but I was looking more so as when I do create the content in the YouTube videos, what do you recommend? Whereas I can leave it automated where it will post on all my social media platforms maybe twice a day, every other day, where I'm not on there physically, where I can focus on just prospecting and the social media stuff is just automated.
You can use Hello Woofy. That's a place that a lot of our clients use. Hello Woofy is like a place you can post to like 12 or 15 different places at once. Also, you have just the YouTube studio. You can schedule out your YouTube videos there. So you can do that in the YouTube studio. But Hello Woofy is a place that our clients use if they want to post to multiple different places at once. And I saw here in the chat, Rob was asking about, what's it called? Duplicating yourself on video. So the place that we definitely recommend on this one is called HeyGen. We can literally create a video duplicate of yourself. Projects. So here is me speaking like Vietnamese and English because you can do multiple languages.
Hôm nay tôi sẽ huang den ban catch sudung AE. Joy voi huat jong kin duan but jong san kuaban. My name is Nick Krem. Nice to meet you.
So like that's, let's see, there's a lot of different ways that you can use this one. They just came out with a new avatar that is expressive too. But like, here's the way that we used it for listing videos.
Welcome to 3190 Ophir Hill Road in beautiful Washoe Valley.
Just for the record, there's like a half-second pause. It does look better than what you guys see because I'm sharing my screen. Like for me, just letting you guys know that too.
This amazing horse property spans 2.53 acres and offers 2,940 square feet of pure comfort. Explore the lovely exterior of this home.
Jacques, what's going on, man? I know you had a question.
I'm good. I'm good, Nick. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man.
All right. So in a nutshell, what I got from the training is that the chat GPT is like a preparatory work. It does the preparatory work for us to push out whatever we want to push out.
That's a great way to put it. It does a lot of the prep work. It does a lot of the, thinking. It kind of gets the wheels turning and gets you the information. It can be your coach. It can be your SEO experts. It can be your marketing expert, as long as you train it to be those things and tell it to act as those things. But then you still have to bring things across the finish line.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
For example, I was doing farming for luxury expired listings. And then I looked within the last 30 days, and then I pulled up all these names and phone numbers and addresses. And then I had a letter that I was going to send to them once a week for 4 weeks. But I had to take and title each letter with that person's name and that person's address. So I said, hey, ChatGPT, I have these letters and I want to address them specifically to each name on a list, their address. Can you do that? And it said, sure, provide me the letter. Okay, now provide me the list. So then I gave it the list of names and addresses, and then it pumped out all the letters with dear this person, that person, and then it mentioned their address. And then I was able to just copy those and print instead of having to go in, delete the name, change it, delete the address, change it. So it's like all kinds of little tasks that can accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just throw this out here too. We drop a bunch of free training. If you guys want it, we have a YouTube channel. It's just a bunch of free training. If you guys want to continue to learn AI, we drop a training at least a couple times a week, little different ways you can use it. One of the last ones was how you can use it to help sell a listing that isn't selling right now. Did a whole training on that, different prompts. You guys can check that out. And what you guys can do. So someone's asking about SEO. So inside of ChatGPT, check this out, family. Couple different ways you can do it. Simplest one. Go to Explore GPTs. Type in SEO. Then done it. Once it loads. All right, let's try this again. SEO. There we go. I usually like using one of the first two. This is the one that we normally use. So then what I would do is if you upload your question or your website link, so then you come back here and say, check out my website. Give me suggestions of how to optimize it. You can ask for more information, but these custom GPTs, like I said, family, think of this as your Netflix library for AI tools. You can literally type in anything that you're looking to do, and there'll be an AI tool that's there to help you out. Is there a mobile version you would recommend? Yeah, just the ChatGPT app. ChatGPT app on your phone. Good questions here, guys. Let's see. I got time for a couple more questions if you guys have them.
I have a question.
What's up?
Hi. So going back to the list, addressing them to each different person and their address or whatnot, doesn't that list also have a possibility of becoming public?
If it is already public information, you can share it. If it is not, then don't. So like that's where if you can share it to the public, then you can do it to ChatGPT. If you can't, then don't.
Got
That's
it.
the simplest way I can put it is like, if you can, yeah, that's it.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
I got time for one more. One more question. He's gonna step up. I'm looking at you, Dalen. I'm looking at you,
All right,
Beverly.
that one.
All right, Fred, what's up?
So you see how Google have Gemini and all these other places have
Yeah.
a version of AI. So do you still sign up for their version or just kind of like just stick to ChatGPT?
I don't. It's because here's like a couple of different reasons, and I'll walk you down my path on this too. One, what I would say is, like I said, I'm a part of this group with a lot of these AI CEOs and things. A lot of them are using more Chat GPT to build their products and services than any other of the large language models. So like if my Chat GPT is trained and knows who I am, it's going to be built into that. Chat GPT could then be put into, let's just say in 10 years, an AI robot. And imagine all the information it's gathered on you in 10 years, then comes to life as your own, literally, assistant. How awesome would that be? And also, like, the more information it gets on me and the more I train on it, the better that my employee is. Like, would you rather have 3 mediocre employees or 1 badass employee? I'd rather have 1 bad. Like, that's a great question, Fred, because you're going to start seeing like this model got a little bit better, but then this one gets better. And then they're all just going to keep racing. For me, stick with Chat GPT. Think of it as your employee and just keep training it and keep working on it. Like, for example, here's like, it knows my writing style so well when I write emails. It knows like always use a PS in my emails. So like it knows like as you write, then you can keep telling it things like, hey, I don't like using an intro in my emails. And then it saves to memory. And now all of a sudden, all my emails, well, it already knew that. But like just little things like that I keep telling it to remember. Then all of a sudden, I didn't have to start doing it so much because it starts to remember all of these things. And it's just becoming more well-trained. So that's a great question, Fred. I would stick to Chat GPT. Because the last thing you real estate agents need is another tool to try and figure out how to learn, right? ChatGPT is essential. No way around it. Everything else is just, I think it's extra. Because reality is you guys make money when you help people buy and sell homes, right?
Right.
ChatGPT is here to enhance your experience. So that way, when it's nighttime and you're like, oh shit, I got to write my listing description. I got to write just sold. I got to do all these things. Oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes instead of 50. Like that's where it's used. Great question, Fred.
So you don't need to save it, like save to memory, like on Listing Buddy or anything like that. As long as you tell it to always add it, it'll always add it.
Yep, it always adds it. And then it remembers each time everywhere else. As long as it's in its memory, it works everywhere else for you too.
Awesome. Well, that's great stuff, Nick. I appreciate the time, brother. What's your YouTube link, man? I'm sure you got some YouTubes out there and stuff on this, do you know?
Yeah. So here we go. I'm going to just drop that one more time here. Put the link here in the chat, family. We're going to be dropping free training every single week, a couple times a week on this channel. Like what we cover in there. One of them, like I said, it's how to fix your listing. If you have a listing that isn't selling, we have a list of prompts that can help you fix your marketing for your listing and help one person who had it on the market for 2 months get it sold in the next week with multiple offers. Just quick trainings on that. How to do market updates using ChatGPT. Upload your information, the list of prompts. How to train your ChatGPT to become an SEO expert. We're just covering a lot of different trainings in there. If you want to check it out, we break it down into little simple bite-sized pieces, just like we did today. It's free as long as you want to use it. What's up?
You think like some of the, maybe branch managers or office managers say, we want to praise employees or praise agents who are doing well, right? Can you like take the office's data and then it can, like, how would you go about taking the sales or production that we see from the agents in the MLS and then having it, tell us monthly, like, all right, what's our top 10 or something like that, who's doing the most sales? Or
you can literally upload the data and everything that you have from your office. Again, as long as it is public information, which a lot of it will be, like as far as just like the numbers. And then just, you can tell it, hey, now create me a graph of the top 10 agents. Now take this graph and create me a post for each person. Now, after that post, also do that. Like You can literally just like what you just told me, Sean, just tell ChatGPT, hey, look, I'm trying to do this. Can you help me out with it? A great thing to always ask clarifying questions if you have any. That's always a great thing to put at the end of a prompt or something into ChatGPT. Because so that way, if it doesn't understand something, it'll just ask you, hey, can you provide me more information on this? Right?
Perfect.
And if you want to be a real gangster, here's what you could do. Real simple. Always ask clarifying questions if you have any. Save to memory. And bam, look at that. It's always going to ask you clarifying questions.
Nice.
Clarifying questions are always asked. So now it'll ask it if it needs it. Right? Like I said, it's an employee that remembers everything you tell it, that remembers all the training. But this is where the questions you ask will be so important, right? The questions you ask, how you ask them are important.
Yeah, when I use ChatGPT, Nick, just like that, like I'm talking to a human.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you got to use it. I've uploaded documents, personal documents, and I've been using ChatGPT, the free version. Not, I think I'm gonna look into the $20 version because all these other things you just described are awesome.
Yeah, let's go. Awesome. Like I said, family, it's going to be two types of agents in the future. Those who are using AI and those who are out of the business. Make the decision to learn it. The longer you put it off is just the more anxiety you're going to have because you know it's coming, stress is going to be involved. And let's face it, time you're just going to be wasting. It's wasted time. I don't know about you, but time is my most valuable asset because there's not a dollar amount in the world that can buy back a second of time I've already spent. Use it wisely. Appreciate you guys having me on here today. Again, Sean, you're the man. Appreciate you having me on here, guys. You guys do have any more questions? Well, you guys can reach out to us on the YouTube channel or anywhere else. Let's crush it.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.